And here we go again. It seems like it's a little bit of a robotic day today, even though we've been talking about drones before, but they're also robotic drones. We actually kicked it off this morning with those guys from Fraunhofer Institute, kind of providing a robotic platform and a coding platform for kids, which was called Open Roberta. And now we're ending the day with robots, but robots in a way where I would say there are not so many devices and platforms out there that are actually buying yourself time. But we definitely have some robots here that can make a difference to your life. And so I'm so glad to have David and Andreas over here. And you guys are representing a company that has some platforms and devices that would actually kind of provide us some additional lifetime because they're working for us. Just tell us a little bit about your company and what you guys are doing in general.
You're right. We actually have many platforms. Today we have just 2 of the products, but we have many more. ECOVACS Robotics is our brand, our name, and we are the designer and manufacturer of home service robots. We're based out of Asia, but coming into Europe at the IFA, we really want to present our brand well to show the public. We have a lot of products valuable for the customers. And you mentioned to buy time. For ECOVACS, we have a model that's called Live Smart, Enjoy Life.
There you go. I like that idea because I never have time. So tell us a little bit. So we have a kind of classic vacuum robot over here. Tell us and our viewers. So what's unique and very specific about this?
So for ECOVACS, this is where we started. This is our bread and butter. Home floor cleaning robots. We have more than 20 years in floor care cleaning industry, more than 15 years in the robotics industry. So right here, this is, I would say our flagship product this year. It's our DR95 coming to Europe very, very soon. What's so special? First, it has a laser that detects its environment.
Okay, that should be in here, right?
Right here in here. And then what you can do is you can see that with a map on your phone.
Okay.
Now that's so special because now you can manipulate and play it in a little way. So you can tell it, go to room A and clean 9 o'clock in the morning. Go to room B, clean it 3 o'clock in the morning. And it will do just that. So that's what's so special, and it really is the next wave of robotic development for robots to recognize its environment.
So you put the whole mapping idea onto a new level, definitely.
Yes. The map is, I would say, the core technology.
Yeah.
But what's more fun is putting more applications and services that you can put on top of the map. And that's what this product can do.
Interesting. So this is a platform the D-board is already available in China, I guess?
Yes, in China. It's coming to Europe very soon, Andreas.
And can you tell us a little bit about a room like this, which is probably... First of all, it's probably very small, to be honest. It always looks so big on camera, right? But trust me, it is small in here. I would guess about 16 to 20 square meters. How long does it take for the D-bot to clean it? Thinking of having just tiles on the floor.
I would say this is probably 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Less than that, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And how long does it last until it needs to get recharged?
This battery lasts 90 minutes.
Okay.
And we have improved version that lasts, more than an hour, 30 minutes and more.
Wow.
2 hours and more.
So that basically means you can really clean some proper apartments with it,
Look,
right?
if you want, you can let it run 24/7.
Yeah,
because it has a map, it goes back to charging when it's out of battery.
Yeah.
Let it come out again when it's done, and you can just let it run and run and run until you don't. The floor is so clean, you don't need it anymore.
Which is pretty interesting for people that have pets, right?
Absolutely.
Not only they can play with it. We all know these viral videos where a cat is sitting on a vacuum robot and just driving around the room. But in general, with all the hair, it just keeps your whole...
When you talk about pets, this year we introduced a new robot, the Unibot. Not here today, but you can see that demo live at the IFA. Now this is something much more special. So far in the robotics industry, everybody has been coming up with, in terms of home use, more about single-serving, single-functional robots. So the D-Bot is for floor care, WinBot is for window cleaning. The Unibot is a multifunctional robot. What does that mean? It's able to do different things at once. It's able to cover home security. It's able to do home appliance control. It's able to do interaction with your pets if you want. and it's able to clean the floor and purify the air altogether.
That is amazing.
That's, buy time. When you say buy time, why don't you do all 5 things together at once and buy more time?
I already got the surveillance perspective. That makes perfect sense for me to get this into a robot like this. I'm also getting this entertaining the cats or the dog. I think that is also a given somehow, right? They're already getting entertained anyways, right, with it. But now also adding the functionality of an air purifier to it. Yep. That is pretty cool.
Like a transformer, it's a module. You can just add it on, or if you don't want air purification.
So it's a modular system.
Yes. How about air humidifier? You can add that on just as well. You can add a camera. We really think that's the next wave of robotic development. Being more open, being more connected with other devices, letting others come in and add and contribute.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I haven't seen it so far, but from what you're telling me right now, of course I have to trust you on this. And plus, when you think about it, it just makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
Right? And you know what? Actually, no one. It's way too simple that people are thinking about this. Yeah. It's often about the simple things. Yeah. And I love the multifunctionality, especially because when you look at this robotic market, how it evolved over the last years, I mean, the vacuum robots kind of opened the gates for all of this. For the very first time, they created awareness not only for robotics, but also for a smart home for the consumer. Yes. It all started with the vacuum, and now you're adding up on top of it. Yes. Makes it also easier for you to create some cross sales, huh?
Robotics really is the next wave in terms of technology revolution. Yeah. And there's just so much more with the big data stuff that we're hearing, AI stuff that we're hearing, with all of those technology added into, like you said, the platform of a robot, which is mobile, and self-awareness. The product is just going to get better and better.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about this other robot over there. That looks quite different.
This is the WinBot, the window cleaning robot.
Okay.
Right. So it's full autonomous. Put it on the window. Wherever you start, it will go back to the starting position. Right. So a lot of the high rises that we have in Asia, or the difficult to reach places, or the big windows right now in Europe, perfect for the WinBot. You just put it on, hit go, it's able to finish. Just that. Very, very simple.
Can I see it from I want to see it from underneath. Interesting. Look at which camera? Shall we do this one? Okay, there we go. Look at this. So this is a kind of padded velour something cloth.
Microfiber cloth.
Oh, it's a micro. Yeah, that makes perfect. Of course, it has to be. That is interesting.
Right, and all the air just goes through here, able to keep suction. Right here are sensors for the corners, for the edges.
I've never ever seen a window cleaner robot.
Well,
that's my first.
And what we hope is, as we drive by on the road, you see a lot of robots outside, just on the windows.
Very interesting. Yeah. And you will also bring this one to Europe and Germany.
Yes, this is already available. This version will come very, very soon.
Let's talk a little bit about pricing. Because now you got me on the hook already in terms of what your devices can do. So what do I have to invest for a window cleaning robot like this? How much is it?
This one is about €429.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much reasonable. From the D-bots, so the cleaning robots, we start about €199 and ending up for this premium machine with €499.
And what about these one, the modular system with the home surveillance and the air purifier and all of this? Yeah. Would this already be the $499 top range one, or is this without?
I think the basic of that is based on the 95 model, which you see right now here. But we do not launch this product really for sale within this year, and we are not communicating any price right now because it's not set. Okay. You can imagine, I think, implementing a smart robot like that into a smart home environment with the many different protocols which are available in the market is quite a task. So therefore, there's some work for us to do before we really say, okay, we're ready, we go. But we try to deliver the message, as David just said, what is next. And we are about at a stage within robotics where we're now really looking ahead, as you said, that robots can really deliver next back to us.
So in China, you're pretty well known for your products, right? Obviously. And what kind of challenge is this for a mainland Chinese company now to come to the European market? You already have some Western players over here. Is this a very competitive compared to China? Is it actually something where you would say, you know what, oh, thank God there is not so much competition over here in terms of the pricing? Is this... What are the regional differences and the challenges for you?
You know, China is probably right now one of the most vibrant market for robotics, for drones, for just the entire industry. People are just buying these stuff, adopting, using these things in their daily lives. And for us, that's you know, one of a lifetime opportunity to come out of that base. Coming to Europe, we see the similar opportunity that's going to be developed very, very soon. We think Europe has a huge consumer base that's just ready to just have the best next thing. And robots, I think, you know, for us, providing good value products, solid quality of absolutely enticing pricing for the customer.
Yeah.
I really think the product fitting for European market is going to get much, much bigger.
Are you setting up distribution channels over here? Are you also going into retail? So what are my options as a potential buyers to get my hands on one?
I'll let Andreas answer that.
I think we're at about, let's say, the starting phase. So I think this IFA show is really a big kickoff for us.
Nice.
We established a European headquarter, say it like that, in Düsseldorf in Germany, and we are now building up distribution throughout Europe at a whole.
Yeah.
And so you will see some of our goods already with some of our partners, with our early adopters, as well as on online channels. But we're really now exploring and building up distribution so that hopefully in a very, very short point of time, the consumer can see our goods really on retail and get touched to it. Because you do not need to see a robot in action. That
Exactly.
only makes you really fall in love with it.
You know, I say something. I say no one wakes up in the middle of the day and says, today I want a robotic window cleaner.
Right.
Until they see it. Until they see it on the window, fully autonomous, they say, you know what, this is something I want to bring home.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I also have I'm sorry I have to say that I have a German vacuum at home. I live in Taipei. So, and I also have a robot. Anyone who saw that robot cleaning my apartment immediately want to get one, because I'm telling them, you know what, there are few devices out there that are actually capable of buying me lifetime.
Yes.
And this vacuum is one. So now I'm away like for 2.5 weeks. I basically live on the outskirts of Taipei, so next to the jungle. So that you have all, leaves and dust and whatever coming in because my air conditioner is running to keep the moisture out of the apartment. And so it's always set to like Monday morning at 11, you're going to clean the whole apartment. I come back home and it's spotless. Right? Plus, you know what the other cool thing about vacuum robots is? They're educating you and conditioning you of not leaving stuff lying around on the floor.
Yes.
That is fantastic. Seriously. So you can ring my doorbell at 2 in the morning. I can still say, come in. It's all fine. Look at this. I really like that. It really changed behavior.
Yes.
It really changed my personal behavior. And seriously, I can't go without it anymore. Next step, of course, has to be now the window cleaner. Because this is also something. When we're getting into the rain period, I said, oh, God, I don't want to do this again. Let's call the room lady to let her clean it. She would also love this. I'm pretty sure about that. So that's quite interesting. Well, what are the next steps for you? I mean, you've been already talking about a very, very modular system, and I think it's super smart, seriously. It makes perfect sense. And, and each and every one who's going to see it will buy these additional modules. Super smart business model. We have the window cleaner. What's next?
What's next? Our intention is always to grow the market, whether it's our home base in China to continue to develop that, and also everywhere else internationally. So ECOVACS setting up an operation now in Europe. Also, we're available in the U.S., Southeast Asia, Japan, Taipei, just like you said. Our intention is always to grow internationally, expand the market really, and to do that, finding good partners, being open, and our products being modular. but also our business being connected.
Yeah.
And I think to do that, bringing more people in the industry, that's the most important thing. We are only, in terms of lifetime value of an industry, we're only at the beginning. The robotics is only 10, 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
And the other mature markets, home appliances, has been around for 50, maybe 100 years.
Yeah.
And I see that, the robotics will be the next big wave in terms of technology development, in terms of having a completely new appliance, like you said, that's going to recondition you, your lifestyle, your home living. And we see that through just working together, working with others. Yeah.
Could you also think about, this is a consumer product that we have right now. Are you also considering of going into the B2B market? There are, when you look at these massive office floors that you can get, right? And there are even service companies providing services for offices that are in need of devices. Could this be the next step for this?
I didn't mention it earlier, but ECOVACS actually has a commercial robotics branch.
There we go.
That's developing industrial robotics. So we have what we call a Raybot, the solar panel cleaning robot, completely waterless. You put it on the roof in a solar farm. Right. And right now we're testing in the deserts, in the Gobi deserts. You put it on, let it run continuously. It will do that for you. And we really think the solar industry will just love that.
Oh, absolutely.
And we have another robot called the BennyBot. Cute name is, what's it for? It's for commercial, it's for retail services. You go into the hospital, you go to the banks, you go into retail stores, right? You have someone there to guide you. You have questions, the BennyBot is available, and we're doing limited testing on that in China. So absolutely, I think home use is a big market. Commercial use, just another big frontier.
Super interesting. Once again, I really like what you're doing. I'm glad that you're coming over to the European market. Kind of steer up the competition a little bit. They need that, trust me. And you know what, in general, they need different concepts and different ideas. And what you guys are doing with ECOVACS is definitely something different. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for introducing this to us. We're going to have a quick break of about 10 minutes. And it's going to be the outro of today. Nicole's coming in. I think she still has some booth tours. And we're going to be back at 6. See you then.
Thank you.